what is happening in the church is actually a divine drama. God acted it. It is so easy for God not to allow Satan to enter the church. He knows what to do. But because he acted, it is something that has been written. So Jesus said that on the destroy this body, the first day and the second day, that's actually the destruction and the things you are seeing in the church for 2,000 years. So the church has been battered for 2,000 years. He said, but it is on the third day that I will raise it up. So that will make us to understand the time and the season that we are. That it is actually on the third day that the church will be raised. So it is something that we should know. It is an understanding that we should come into. That God's sole agenda, God's sole, is to raise a company, to raise the church. Now, because the church was in the grave for 2 days, on the third day, he was raised. So it is this third day that God is raising the church. So everything you see, that there are prophecy. He said, you will deny me 3 days. You will deny me 3 times. It's actually the 3,000 years that the church is to deny Christ. Now, because we're denying Christ in our life, having the form of godliness. We have the form of godliness, but we have denied the power. So we are not seeing that power. You see, people carrying the message of the kingdom, but love is not at work in their heart. Sincerity is not at work in their heart. They're actually denying the true nature of Christ. Now, what Satan is doing is, it doesn't matter how you teach, that something of him should remain in you. As long as something of him is still in you, you are not a testimony of Christ. So when we're talking about the testimony of Christ, is actually that which is exactly like him. That is the testimony of Christ. So all that Satan is doing is to disfigure the testimony of Christ. That's why in the time we are, the will of God must be effected. Heaven must ensure that the will of God must be effected. Now, there are things that are vital in the time we are. You see, Paul was writing to the church of Colossus. He said, since I had the faith, I begin to desire that you may be filled with the knowledge of his will, in all wisdom and spiritual understanding. Now, this knowledge of his will and spiritual understanding, they are the divine gadget and arsenal to walk in the season we are. Because no one can walk, no one can express the way God wants it until there is a total, feeling of the knowledge of his will and spiritual understanding. Our expression is a sign that we do not have a total understanding. Our expression is showing that we are not yet filled. Now, because you will see the content of God in our hearts by our expression. The knowledge of God they can be tracked in our expression. They can be tracked in our manifestation. So anyone that is not filled cannot walk a worthy walk. He can't walk a worthy walk. He can't be able to walk a pleasing walk. What is pleasing walk? Is a love walk. Is a walk like Christ. It's actually point down to the things we are saying, understanding the will of the Father, knowing what the will of God is per time, per season. We should be able to understand that the will of God is for a company to emerge, a company of men. That's why we're emphasizing on the unification of the sons of God, the unification of the sons of God. The sons of God must come into unity. Our thoughts must be one. Our expression must be one. Our understanding must be one. That is the essence of the vision. Till we all come to the unity of the faith. So we must come to the unity of the faith, understanding the faith. We must know that the will of God for now is the establishing of his kingdom upon the earth. So we should not go about seeking our own kingdom, seeking our own empire, trying to build, to make a name for ourselves. We shouldn't do that. We should channel all our energy, all our resources in building that one kingdom. That's where our energy, our strength. So we must be coming together. We must be coming together, coming together. God will not manifest. The fullness of Christ will not be seen until all of us come together. That's where the blessings will be poured. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for the brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment that was poured upon the head of Aaron, that flowed through his beard, that flowed through the hems of his garment. He said, it is like the dew that descended upon Mount Zion. He said, it is there that the Lord commands his blessing. So the blessing cannot be, the fullness of the blessing cannot be commanded until this unity is achieved. We must be of one voice. We must be of one mind. It's time for us to unite together. Go to the world system. All the trade people, they are coming together to build a strong force. But it is us that are having division. Division is not of God. Division simply means division. And then nothing can stand where there are multiple visions. It must be one vision. So the vision of God must be enthroned in this season. It is not a time to stay on your own. It is not a time to emphasize on your own. It is not a time to be raising men for yourself, just like Saul did. Saul was raising men. In fact, Samuel told them, these are the things that Saul will do. He will raise these men for himself. They will all be his maidservant and maidservant. But in the kingdom of God, it is not so. In the kingdom of God, it is only the king that is seen. Man is not being seen. It is not about man. It is not about the opinion of man. It is not about the pursuit of a man. Many are in this kingdom, talking kingdom, but they have several agendas. They have several desires. They have several pursuits. But what we are talking about is laying down everything, laying down our will, laying down our mind, laying down the sense of achievement, laying down the sense of becoming something to ensure that the throne, that the kingdom of God come upon the face of earth and the will of the Father is effected. This is the mind of God for this season. Praise God.